Hey everyone, and welcome back to Hillview Gardens for a final time. Now, before we start the tour, I do just want to give a quick apology for not finishing the Let's Build series that I had made. I wasn't having fun recording the videos for this park. It was really draining me and making me not want to work on the park. So I made the silent decision, for the sake of the park, to stop making the YouTube videos and switch it from a Christmas park to a normal amusement park, since it's more of what I wanted to make at the time. Also, this park technically isn't finished, since I am waiting for update 6 to bring ride photos and customizable gift shops into park for me to fully finish it. By the time this episode is out, the update will probably already be released and the download code for the park will be in the description. Not only have I made a park here, but I have made a complete storyline that goes with the park that I will be explaining throughout the tour. However, first I need to explain how the park began. In 1954, Hillview Gardens opened as a prime location for picnics in Northern California. However, during the late 1950s and early 1960s, they started adding old flat rides to entertain younger audiences. Two coasters and one log flume later, in 1973, the park is officially known as an amusement park instead of a picnic park. Now, more than 50 years later, Hillview Gardens stands with 4 roller coasters, 1 water ride, and 1 dark ride that I cannot wait to show you. So let's get on with the tour. Starting the tour here, we have our bus parking and Uber slash taxi drop off. So if you're like a school bus and you're dropping off your school's children here, but you're not like leaving to go do something else, this is where you would park your bus. And then also, if you're dropping off your kid or if you're taking an Uber to the park, this is where they would drop you off. This is the main parking lot entrance for the park. And we have this nice civilian overpass to get over this road. I believe all of this is new. It was not in the last Hillview episode that you have seen. We are now down here. We are heading towards the entrance of the park. Over here, you can see the bus entrance lane for the bus drop-off. The bus drop-off is different from the bus parking. If you are just simply dropping off your passengers, you would come all the way over here to the bus drop-off instead of over there to the bus parking. So over here, we have some nice bus drop-off area. We got some room for them to pull out if they need to. And over here, we have a custom map of the park. So I made this. It took quite a while, but basically I just took a screenshot and then cropped it a little bit, put in the different numbers that represent where everything is. And you can see just how much this park has changed. Coming over here, we have the park entrance. I am super happy with how this turned out. It is very different from the one that I built in the YouTube series. However, I believe it fits the park a lot well, and it does have sort of the same vibe as that original entrance. We have some custom-made security checkpoints here, and we are now in Hillview Gardens. On either side of this main little building here, we have places to buy annual passes or just day tickets if you didn't buy them online. And then we got our entrance to the water park over there and the entrance to the main park over here. We are going to start in the main park because that is the biggest difference between the last time you have seen this park. To our left here, we have a unfinished gift shop, which will be finished when update 6 comes out, along with some restrooms and a brand new restaurant over there. So this restaurant was from my Planet Coaster 1 days. It is called the Horse House and is basically my version of a BJ's mixed with a Red Robin. So we have the little entrance area here where you grab your tables. You can order back here. Realistically, they would have a waiter to come help you. And I believe this, almost the entire building is built off-grid. We have a small little bar over here with no decorations. And, of course, plenty of tables for the guests to sit at. Heading out, we get a great view of the park's Vekoma boomerang coaster, which we will take a deeper look at later. But first, let's head over here past the theater into the first ride we are going to be riding today, Hillview Haunted Manor. Now, a little bit of some backstory to this. The Hillview Haunted Manor was originally opened in 1985, late to the big haunted house trend that a lot of these smaller parks followed. However, in 2012, the people that originally owned the park decided to spruce up the Haunted Manor, giving it a brand new black light theme. Cheap cardboard cutouts and really bright black lights. I am super happy with how this ride turned out, so let's just give it a ride. That is one of my favorite rides in the entire park. I think it turned out great. It really sells that badly put together, absolutely no story, haunted house vibe, and I love it. It is one of my favorite rides in the entire park. Coming over here, just across the plaza, we have the park's newest coaster, California Screamer, our Vekoma boomerang coaster. Now, a little backstory on this. In 2016, California Regional Entertainment purchased another park all the way in Colorado. They immediately started doing some renovations to that park, one of which was removing the park's classic Vekoma boomerang coaster. Instead of destroying it, they decided to save some money and send it over to Hillview Gardens amusement park to have a brand new addition for the 2017 season, where it would open as California Screamer. I believe that it's just such an awful but perfect addition for the park. I was having trouble because I wanted it to be a brand new attraction. However, no park in their right mind would make a Vekoma boomerang coaster in 2017. There is just so many better options for the space than a Vekoma boomerang. So I added in the park, it being moved from another park story, and I believe that it fits much better into the storyline. So without any further ado, let's get a ride on California Screamer. Really good coaster, but has to be my least favorite out of the three in the park, solely because of how unoriginal it is. Anyways, heading over to our next area of the park, we have the Thrill Zone. Little backstory, this would have opened in 1973 as Gold Rush and would have been a western themed area of the park. It would have housed the park's log flume, which is still in the park today. However, in 2022, after California Regional Entertainment purchased the park, they would have done some renovations, and in 2023, they would have turned it into Thrill Zone with the addition of the Extreme Machine. Heading down over here, we have the 2022 edition of Poseidon's Wrath, the America's first and only Zamperla Big Waves model, or Drop Tower meets Shoot the Chutes ride. Coming over to the right here, we have the park's log flume, which, as I said before, would have opened in 1973, Whitewater Falls. This log flume was mainly inspired by, I think, Logger's Revenge at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, and it shares very similar stats as far as height and manufacturer goes. I'm pretty happy with how this whole ride came out, so I say let's give it a quick little ride here. Really like how this ride turned out. It's just a nice scenic little ride through the forest back there. We have this really nice little splash, I guess splash pad here. When the log comes down the drop, you can just stand here and get absolutely drenched by the water. I really thought that we needed a place like this, and I think it actually looks really good. So yeah. Coming down here, we have my personal favorite coaster in the park, the Gulpee Minderaser, or Minderaser sponsored by Gulpee. A little bit of backstory behind this coaster. After the success of New Revolution at Magic Mountain, Schwarzkopf is brought in to build a looping coaster similar to Revolution. and this would have opened in 1979. Little thing that I forgot to mention, we have these really nice billboards showing the POVs of other coasters at the park. I actually saw this at California's Great America. They just have little screens and the queues showing you the POVs of the other coasters, and I really like that, so I decided to put them in. I do believe the individual ride POVs will have these billboard, or the videos that I used for those billboards. Coming up to the station here, you can really see the New Revolution inspiration with that turn before the lift and even that first drop of the lift. Anyways, let's get a ride on the Gulpee Minderaser. Definitely my favorite coaster in the park. Sorry, we just have a little unfinished photo booth that will be added in during update 6 for you guys to come and explore. Anyways, I really love how it interacts with this little plaza here. The loop, I think, looks really good. I'm really happy with the support work behind it and how the coaster actually gets into it. And I love how the coaster is very well hidden from the path. You can't really see much of it. Yeah, I love that. I love that so much. Anyways, that is all that we have here in the Thrill Zone. So we are going to be heading back up to the entrance plaza and into the Boardwalk themed section of the park. The Boardwalk themed section of the park is what we built in the final couple of episodes of this series. I think it's episode 5, because I think episode 6 was doing the water park. So yeah, episode 5 of this series. It's completely been revamped. I did not like how it was turning out with the original theming. Another park map here, and a small little tracked ride train. I really wanted one in the park, and I thought they'd probably build California Screamer on top of it and try their best to not destroy this fun little family attraction. So I did actually end up weaving this around the support structure of California Screamer. Over here we have a Chief Beef, just because I wanted a fast food place inside the park. And now we're heading into the Boardwalk themed area. This is half water park, half theme park, but we are just going to be focusing on the theme park for now. To our left, we have the Intimidator, our drop tower, and the final coaster of this tour, and the first coaster that we built in the park, the Outlaw. This is the most historic coaster in the park, originally opening in 1967, co-manufactured by PTC and co-manufactured in-house by Hillview Gardens. in 2016, the ride would have been completely retracked by the Gravity Group and made a little bit more modern for the ride's 50th anniversary, also receiving brand new trains much like the Voyage at Holiday World. During the complete retheme of the Boardwalk area in 2015, the park reused an old haunted house attraction as the brand new entrance for the Outlaw, which now is a museum for the park. Each and every one of these speech bubbles is a point in time where something happened in the park. You can pause to read these. However, most of these speech bubbles I am reading to you as we get to how they are significant. POV of California Screamer up there. And this probably looks familiar if you have seen the original series. This is the exact same as it was when we built it. It's kind of crazy to think about how long ago that was. But yeah, this is the exact same. Only thing I've changed was added those TV screens for the ride POVs. Anyways, let's get on the park's oldest coaster, the Outlaw. Very solid ride here. One of my favorites in the park. We do have a little backstage area that you guys can explore if you choose to download the park yourselves. Coming down here and around, another backstage area for the Chief Beef, and your photo unit when Update 6 comes out. Anyways, that wraps up pretty much the main part of the theme park. We will be heading over to the Fairground area, which we built back in the original series. However, then we can get on with the water park. Coming in here, we have a ballroom that has been transformed into an indoor pool for what you guys would originally know as the Geronimo slides, which are now known as the Boardwalk Blasters, and a small little gift shop that will be updated when Update 6 comes out. Heading back out here through the boardwalk section. The original milk carton, I decided to keep that because I just love the building. Heading over here, we have our fairground area. This has been barely touched, I believe. The only thing I've really done was added some more nighttime lighting and the signs for all the rides here. We do have names for all of these now. That is the Silly Swing, that is the Hillview Eye, and that is the Insanity. We still got the small little junior coaster. I don't think that we have to give a POV of this one. It's literally just a little turn and then a bump. It's really not worth it for a little POV. This is mainly untouched, mainly just some speakers to give some life to the park. Hillview Gardens Emporium, this is still untouched completely. I will update it though when update 6 comes out. This has been slightly changed, all of this. We have added trees, and I actually did finally finish the splash pad. Coming up here, we have these two slide complexes, which would probably be the newest and probably only additions to the water park that didn't open with it. We have the Serpent slides and the Drop Tower. Let's start off on all of the Serpent slides because there are 3 of them. And then why don't we also get a POV on the Drop Tower? Super happy with how this area turned out. I think this is probably my favorite part of the water park that's not also part of the theme park. Heading down here to the Rainbow Racers. We're not going to give a ride on this one. If you do really want a ride, you can go to the episode that we originally built it. Still got Frank's original hot dogs over here. I love this building. I love the logo as well. I think this is like really perfect. We are going to pay a little visit to the entrance of the park before we head over to the big Shasta Falls and Boardwalk blasters. So we have this splash pad, largely the same as when you saw it during the Let's Play. However, some different stuff. We actually have it all connected to the ground with stairs and stuff, and we actually have some roofs on a bit of these parts. Heading into the entrance, we have some of my favorite buildings in the entire park. This very nice Gelato Bros that I might steal for another park, and this very nice diner here, which is sort of similar to Horse House, but obviously it's just an American diner. Heading over here, this is the entrance of the water park. That is an unfinished gift shop that will be finished when Update 6 releases. Heading over here, we have some restrooms / changing rooms right at the entrance, and a lot of lockers here. And the reason why we have a lot of lockers here but not at the entrance of the theme park is because in the theme park you can bring most of your belongings with you. You can just leave them at the station of the ride, but in the water park you can't really. So yep, just have a bunch of lockers here. Over here would be where strollers would be, so you can rent strollers. I might download some from the workshop, however, then that would be like the only workshop downloaded piece in the park, so I also might not. Anyways, heading over here through the water park's very small entrance plaza, we have the high tide wave pool. This is one of my favorite areas of the park. I love this view here with California Screamer in the background. And this was supposed to be like a Western theme. However, I didn't really follow through, and I feel like the park wouldn't have either. So I actually really like this area. And heading up here, smaller restaurant over there. It's mainly would be a quick service restaurant, but I just wanted to see people eating here at these tables, so I made it a normal restaurant. And then we can head all the way over here for some changing rooms and first aid. In our next coaster, the Bowl. This would have been another like new addition to the park. It wouldn't have opened with the water park. It would have been a newer addition, probably with the retheming of the boardwalk. Super small, just like a little bowl slide. Not that big of a slide. I do really like the view that you have in it though. I just really wanted a bowl slide in the park, so I added this. Coming around here, we are back in the boardwalk area of the park, made a weird circle oval shape. And we have the entrance for Shasta Falls and the Boardwalk Blasters. We are going to be riding the Boardwalk Blasters first and Shasta Falls as our final ride in the entire park. Very busy, as you can see. But yeah, let's give a ride on these dueling slides that go through the old ballroom. At the end of the day, I'm super happy with how this area turned out. I really like how it looks with these guys cutting through not just the ballroom, but also the gift shop here. It was kind of a hassle to get that roof to work, but I think it looks really nice. Anyways, time for the final ride of the park, Shasta Falls. I really enjoyed making this park, and again, I apologize for not, continuing the series. However, I don't believe the park, for one, would have been like how it is now, and two, would have even been finished if I didn't do that. So, hope you all can forgive me since I can provide this beautiful park here for you all. So everyone, I hope you enjoyed this little tour of the park that I gave for you. After this POV, we'll be wrapping up the video with some final thoughts and some glamour shots. Thank you everyone for watching and supporting me throughout this park, and I can't wait to show you all what I have planned next for this amazing game. Another really big thank you for watching this video and choosing to spend your time here with me. I am super happy with how this park turned out, and I can't wait to share it all with you once Update 6 comes out. And don't worry, because I am not finished with this game. I have many other projects planned that I can't wait to share with you guys once they're all finished. So one final time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.